So welcome to the Node.js Node API team meeting for February 18th, 2022. We will follow our standard agenda, which is to look at the things in the milestone 11. Does anybody have any announcements they'd like to share before we get started on that? Okay, if not, I'm going to share my screen then. And we can get started. So the first one is drive towards full coverage. So Jack, I don't know if there's anything to update in terms of that one. Jack, if you're speaking, you are on mute, maybe? No.
I think Jack had asked that question in the Slack channel, in the Open Node.js Slack channel. I had responded that I'm willing to contribute.
Okay, so he's opened that there, and yeah, if you can link that in the chat, maybe.
Yesterday we received one contribution. We have a request that added a new test for object, NAPI object.
Right, is that one?
You are, yeah.
Oh, I'm in issues, sorry, PRs.
Yeah, Paragas. So I think that we already merged. Yeah.
Right, was it this one?
Yeah.
Okay, so that one, right, okay, great. So thanks very much to, I'm gonna probably not get this right, but Zwangang Mei. So thanks,
Yeah.
and looking forward to more contributions like that. That's great.
How do we know where the coverage is less? Is there a way to find out the coverage, code coverage?
We don't currently have coverage runs. That would be a great thing to set up.
Okay.
We do code coverage like for Node. We do coverage like this. So we have like the JavaScript coverage and C++ coverage, and that actually gives us, you know, a really good way to look for where there isn't coverage and closing it. In addition to what, like, you know, Jack has put together, we've got a good list of places where we just know we need to do. But
okay, perfect. Right.
Yeah, if there's any interest in adding code coverage, that would be a great thing to add to our CI as well.
Okay.
The ideal for me could be to use the same tools, no, that we use in Node core to estimate the coverage, if it's possible.
Yeah, there's sort of two parts to that. One is the C++ coverage, and then the JavaScript side of coverage. I think in our case, it's mostly like the C++ that we would care about, right?
Yeah.
Because the JavaScript is all just test code, if I remember correctly, or. So, but yeah, it uses like gcov or something like that, a fairly standard tool. So yeah, that would be a good way to start, is to look at what we're doing over there and possibly recreate that.
Maybe it's we can open an issue about this on the node.API repo, and maybe we can track all the things in that issue.
Sure, that's a great idea. So like add code coverage, and I think I can find the link. So like in Node, if I get to the right place, in our make file, if I can find that. So I think it's in here. Let's see. Right, there's coverage.
Yeah.
So here, I'll just add a link to there. Add code coverage for node add-on API, ideally run for every PR. Could reuse same approach as for Node.js 4, which is in the make. Anything else we should add to the issue there?
For now, no, maybe everyone could add maybe later.
Yeah, makes sense. If you're interested, have suggestions, jump into that issue, and because that would be a very useful thing to have. Okay, well that's good news.
We maybe need to close the issue that track the object, an API object test. No.
Right. Okay. Which one
Yeah,
is that? This
because
one?
we at the top we have the issue 936. It's linked here. So
sorry to interrupt. I think Kevin is waiting.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Let me find. There we go. Okay. Right. So that was issue.
I want to be sure that it's all covered now. So
it's got has, get, and delete instance of.
Yeah.
So this covered set.
Okay, has, get, delete instance of, and the okay, the operator. So
Okay, so we
get,
want to add in the.
yeah.
Do we want to add it that? Okay, so if I go here. And if we look here, this was like, so that's. Did it just cover the, I think it might have just covered set. Right, if I look there, I think that's the one that's setting.
Sorry, Michael, there is a jack that need to be approved.
Okay, oh, yep. Thanks.
Okay, maybe if it takes time now, I or Jack or everyone could check what is covered now after this PR and update the issue.
Right, okay. Because yeah, I think this is the one that was just here. I from what I understand, I'm going to just edit this. Because I think for sure that one is covered, right?
Yeah.
This one right here. So see. We update that. Is that gonna now?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So I think that's accurate. If other people want to take a look afterwards, just to confirm, but then the other ones are still like get and so forth. So maybe we can even comment on. So like these, I think we could double check and comment that those we still think need tests as well. Okay, but yeah, no, that's good news that we've got somebody who's started to contribute there, and maybe I'll even chime in. Where are we? Thanks for the contribution. And if you are interested in joining our weekly meetings on Friday at 11. Okay, I'll just add that comment, and that's great. Anything else we want to talk about on that that point? I don't know, Jack, if your mic's working now.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's about it. Also, me and Nicola, we saw like the Windows CI broke yesterday.
Okay.
And then we temporarily rolled back to use Windows 2019. And
okay.
yeah.
What's the issue there, or?
I think it's Nicola, you can go.
Is okay. The issue is closed now. Is in node.js API, and the problem is with the 2022 Windows 2022.
Okay.
There is and the problem is not the JIP.
Okay.
And when this issue will be solved, we can add Windows latest or Windows 2022, and the CI will come back to work.
Okay, so that there's an issue in node.js for that or whatever, and it's being worked.
Yeah, it's struck. If you go on node.js API in the I think that it's the last issue closed.
Okay.
So
this one, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and the issue in Node. I added the reference to the issue on the GitHub Actions and Node JIP that need to be solved. Yeah.
Okay, that's great. I'm just looking here just as a reminder, like I guess at some point, oops, that didn't work last night. That's not good. I wonder why. I'm just taking a quick look why this failed across the. Kind of looks like something is failing on Debian. So I'll have to figure out, I landed a few things yesterday too, so we'll probably have to go back and figure out which of the ones caused that. I suspect it's okay. So we've broken the CI there. Although was that? So yeah.
Yeah. Yesterday you landed the const. I think the
right.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, so we'll have to go take a look at that and maybe roll that back. Okay, well, it's good we noticed that. The real reason was there is I guess we have 2019, so at some point we may want to figure out if there's newer versions that we should be adding in here as well.
Yes, yeah, it could, yeah.
So just as a reminder. Yeah, go ahead.
When we need to merge something that, we need to take the habit to check in this CI before to land.
Right.
I think that could be If you don't have time, next time ping me, and I can do this.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so we will, maybe I'll even open an issue as a reminder.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just in terms of like, if it's the C reminder in terms of the CI, oops, node. Find the window sometime. Okay, well, I'm just going to copy that and go back to node add-on. Issues, new issue. Okay. Just trying to get back to our, okay, so this one, I guess anything else on to discuss on this one before we move on?
I think that's it for now.
Okay, great. Stale issues. Let's take a look at how we're doing there. So, okay, so Kevin, you added this one. Do you want to lead us through this discussion?
I think Kevin has to run because I think it's a meeting.
Oh, yeah. Right. Okay, sure. So let's just take a quick look at this. Okay, so I guess this one was already discussed last meeting, which I could make, but is there any more things that need to be discussed? Or I guess it says, yeah, we'll discuss again next week when we have more members. Maybe we'll, I don't know if people have thoughts, otherwise maybe we'll defer to next week and.
Yeah, I think that it's a good idea.
Okay. So I guess this one's still being worked, was discussed last time. Anything to talk about this week?
No.
No, okay. This one. This is the one I think I landed yesterday, right?
Yeah, I think.
No, this
no.
is a different one. Only if the code names a type.
Oh, you landed the call override. I think.
Yeah, there were two. Let's see, node add-on API, right? So
Function call, yeah, if with constructor or no or non-constructor.
this one I landed, and then one other one, right? Where was? All right. Well, maybe.
Yeah.
I thought I did
yeah.
a couple, but it's this
Yeah,
one.
it's the object wrap.
Right.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I'll take another. I guess I'll look at that one first to see if it was related to the other failures. But okay. So this one's still there. I guess the question is like, if the code names the type explicitly, that would cause a breaking change, right? I'll comment that and see if we can get the rest of the changes. And then I need a little more time to think. I don't know if anybody else has some thoughts in terms of like that iterator being removed. Oh, hello. Sorry, I got to take this. I'll be back in 1 sec.
So he wants to remove the iterator.
Yeah. Usually we're taking about 20 minutes. Maybe 30 minutes. 30 minutes. Okay, thank you. Sorry, I'm back. Anything else we should put on there in terms of notes or anything?
No, for now, no.
No. Okay. Go back. Right. So this one. I'm just looking at that. I think this one is pretty much ready to go unless people have, if people want to take another look. There's one commit with the changes in the, do the linter, and then the separate ones related to adding the other override, which I think we'd looked at before. So. Right. I think now if I look at this is this now all passing?
Could you
Yeah.
tag me? So
Sure.
I try to test on the CI.
Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Because that's that test on CI, and then and then if that looks good, will you go ahead and land it as well?
Okay.
Sounds good. Okay, that's good. And then we can close that one out. And this one. So I know, Jack, I saw you asked a few questions. I don't know if anybody managed to have time to answer them or.
Yeah, I think I sent everyone an email. So pretty much what I've done so far is I think I tried to achieve like something. So at first, like I just landed that patch against the latest v14 staging and like commented out code that like doesn't make a compile and made notes of like sort of dependencies that those will probably have and sort of achieve a sort of baseline and then sort of gradually start taking off at sort of dependencies I could look into backporting. And yeah, and that's quite large. And I think right now I have an issue with like, yeah, if you guys look in the email, it's like is isolate promise hook or something. And looks like it's coming from Torque. And I'm not sure what else I can do to address that issue. And yeah.
Okay. Because yeah, like if it's too big a set of changes, then
Yeah.
I think we're like, yeah, it's unlikely to be something people want to land. But
yeah, like I think my own experiments, it's looking like I've already changed like 63 files and like 2,000 something lines of code. So I'm not sure if that's something the maintainer is gonna be okay with.
No, like unless we think it's really critical, I'm kind of like, yeah, I think that's too big a change to like the risk reward just isn't there.
Yeah. Okay.
It's good. It's fixed in like later versions, but that, yeah.
Okay. Cool.
But yeah, thanks for investigating. And I guess we could sort of close out in the email in terms of that choice or not.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I think that's all of them. So, okay, that's good. Tracking for modules that were ported. I think there was some, interesting, at least maybe you probably looked at this last week, but I did find it was interesting that there's some more information in terms of the modules and what they use and all that kind of stuff. If anybody has some thoughts or comments, but this is really interesting info to show where it's being used and the downloads and all that.
Yeah.
I mean, especially as we can kind of see, like it's being used in quite a few of the highest downloads that are out there. So. Okay. Then I haven't done the debug testing. So now really just we can look at some of the issues in the repo itself. Are there any ones in particular that people want to call out that we should look at, or pull requests? Let's take a quick look there first. This one's brand new, so I don't think anybody will have time to take a look at. See, here's one that you've already looked at, Nick. So I guess that one, I mean, those don't look like they need any help or discussion really.
Yeah, it's reasonable to me change that method like static method and then create error. So I agree with with this podcast.
Okay.
The next I didn't have the time to
yeah, it's brand new.
Yeah.
And I think most of the other ones we've all been talking and discussing, so I don't see anything there unless somebody says, hey, here's one. In terms of issues, we just created the top 2. I don't know if there's any of these that people think we should pull out and start to talk about. Nothing comes to my mind. Okay, so let's take just a look at Node and issues. I'm going to actually take that off and say API.
Okay, I saw that you made a PR.
Yep.
It's good. To me, I just propose but I don't know if it's it's okay. So
I'll take a
for
look at the
me,
comments and like suggest incorporate them or whatever. So yeah, that one, it was from that other PR. So yeah, I'll just read what you've got there. This one I don't quite understand well enough yet. So I don't know if anybody else has looked at that.
I'm not an expert in
Right.
this. Maybe Gabriel could help us
Right.
to understand why we need to add the section, pragma section for the module.
Yeah, that makes sense. We can look at
Yeah.
that async and
yeah.
This one, I think it said somewhere, yeah, so there's some test failures that she's working through.
Yeah.
So I guess probably nothing for us to discuss here. This one, I think, is related to the other change that right, this one, right? So we're still working on a fix there. Otherwise, most of them are fairly old. Any others that people?
Okay. You pinged me about the pull request that I made.
Yeah, which one was that? It was
a long time ago. Yeah,
yeah.
I can now.
Right, this one.
Yeah, I can do all the work again with a new pull request. But before that, I won't discuss if it's good for everyone to add this new API.
Right. So we were
Like
here.
yeah, like I proposed here, because here there were some comments that about the name or well, essentially
I'm just reading through.
what I remember is that this new API is very similar to the API that we already have. So maybe we just add one parameter. So what is the best thing to do? Add the new API and deprecate the old, or maintains both API. So in the future, NAPI defined class will be NAPI defined class with length. I don't know. Or so I can in this week I can work to this podcast and maybe with all the team we can discuss what is the best.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, like do we like NAPI define class new or something? Like
yeah.
Like is the length really the thing that we want to bundle into the name, or do we just want to say this is the new one that you should use?
Yeah.
And we won't necessarily remove the other one, but we could like remove it from some of the documentation or like put it into the deprecated side of the documentation.
Okay. Yeah, it seems good for me. Okay. So
yeah, is there any way, like, I guess there's in C, there's probably no way to just automatically fill in the default now. Anyway, okay. Yeah, I think that's worth considering. Like if we'd started, would we just have one method that has that additional parameter?
Yeah.
In which case, like we might want to say it's like, you know, nappy defined class. I don't know if new's the right thing or some other qualifier, but okay. Yeah, if you're gonna open up a PR, that's great. I was just going through and doing like triage day, so that one came up, and I.
And you okay? Pinged all the team. I think about the Tracy function. Okay, I'm not an expert of Tracy function, but what I understood in that issue. No, because there is an issue where some developers asked for a new Tracy function. Okay,
this one, yeah, okay.
yeah. So what I saw the code posted by Brooklyn here, and the problem is that the developers that create the binding with thread safe function today need to acquire release in their binding, so they need to track the number of reference that they have, and yeah, this is they are asking for an API that do this for their they want a CAPI that do this with safety. So
right.
yeah, the approach could be to add a new thread safe API, because at one point here we need to maintain the number of reference, that we have,
right,
and their point is that this kind of operation should be part of the C API. It's a responsibility of the C API, not of who are creating a binding, or C++ binding, or I don't know, Rust binding, or whatever.
right.
So yeah,
For some reason
because
I thought there was a way for, like, there was some way so that you could know when it had been deleted, but I don't remember it now. Like I thought there was some, like you would make some call and it would actually tell you, sorry, no, it's right. This nappy closing. I guess that doesn't cover the use case though. It's released. Because I guess like I would have thought until if you've called acquire, then until you
Okay.
call release, you should be able to get like it shouldn't go away until you've called release, right? But you can't call it more than once.
Okay, because if you call more than once, you don't get any error at the end, just because you will get NAPI close. I don't remember NAPI and closing.
Sorry, I'm just trying to get back to that issue. Maybe where was it? Right here. Okay. Right. Right. So unless you've released it. So I guess this is maybe specific to the shutdown process.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
they in Rust, if you have an object, no,
Yep.
that maybe wrap the Tracy function, and you don't release, it's a problem, no? And they need to do this in their code, implementing what we call the destructor in C++.
Right.
It's a trait called a drop, and in that particular function, they need to call the release function. So maybe they want to avoid this. So want maybe something that destroy itself.
Sorry, I have to take this call. I'll just be a second.
Okay.
Hello. Yes. Okay. Okay, sorry about that. I've got lots going on these days. So sorry, what were we saying, Nicola?
that maybe they are answering for an API. Well, they don't need to do anything. So they won't only call maybe two functions, acquire and release, and this function have to do anything. So if you, for example, stop the process, they free the memory and you don't need to do this in your own code. So maybe this is the request.
Right.
I think.
I think if they can give us like a C recreate, that would be good, because then we could put that into our test suite and figure out it would help us understand, and then we could, if we did have a new API or whatever, we could use it for our test suite as well, right?
Okay.
Does that make sense to you, as you too?
Yes, and I don't know if I have the time or the knowledge, but I can try to.
There was somebody there who'd volunteered, but yeah, if you want to give it a try as well, that would be good.
I won't try, and because it's a long time that we have this issue open. So in a way or another, we need to.
Okay. So I'll just, does that look good? I'll just say in the node.js meeting, you mentioned we'll try and create the test as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Any other ones that you think we should talk about?
No, for me.
No. Okay. And I think that takes us to the end of our agenda. Is there any other things that we should talk about before we close out? If not, thanks for everybody's time, and we'll see you next week.
Okay, bye.